Hi, I'm Joy, a missionary on staff with Calvary Chapel, Rosarito, and I want to welcome you to today's good news. Today we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 5, verse 9. But before we get started, I have a challenge for you. The first person to give the correct count on the number of times that I say peace or a word that has peace in it in this message from this point on will get 100 pesos to spend at the church snack bar. You ready? Start listening. Now, what do you call a lion, a warthog, and a meerkat living together peacefully? A symbiotic relationship. That's for all you mothers out there. Now, today we're going to be looking together at the Beatitude in Matthew chapter 5, verse 9. Please read it together with me. Matthew 5, verse 9. It says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God." The word here, peacemaker, in the Greek lexicon is described as bravely declaring God's terms, which makes someone whole. Now, this is very different than being peaceful or even being a peacekeeper, because this is when we help people to come into right standing with God. We help them to overcome the evil and the sin in their life by helping them to understand the gospel of Jesus. The apostles called this the ministry of reconciliation, and they spoke about this in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 18. Jesus, of course, is the greatest peacemaker of all because he came so that there could be peace between men who are sinners and a pure, holy, and just God. And he wants us to carry on that work of being a peacemaker to this world. Now, doing the job of being a peacemaker requires that you go and that you be in the midst of the struggle and of the conflict. You have to enter that place with a goal of working towards a resolution. It takes work and compromise, patience, coming together, listening, and understanding. And these are just some of the very real skills that you need to develop as you strive to be a peacemaker. We are not only peacemakers between two fighting parties or warring factions, but we're also peacemakers when the one who is hurt or offended is us. Now, there have been several times when I've been in arguments with my husband, and I had to make the decision to choose to be a peacemaker when my instinct was to continue to argue because I felt like I was right, and I was right. But I could be right and yet continue to be wrong because of my attitude, my vocal level, my tone, and just the general way that I was approaching the situation. And so, instead, I had to choose to let my desire to be right go so that I could instead help to be a peacemaker in our relationship. For when we choose to forgive and to make peace, then we have more joy and happiness in our life, and we help to bring more joy and happiness to the lives of others. Now, we need to pray and ask God that He would help us to be His peacemakers today and in our lives moving forward. For when we do these things, then we are truly being God's children. And that's why in verse 9 it says that they'll be called sons of God, because we are truly doing what God is wanting from us. And we are blessed because of it. And others are blessed as well. And that is today's good news. Now remember, the first local person to give the correct count of the number of times I said peace in the comments will get 100 pesos to spend at the church snack bar. Get listening and get counting. And enjoy.